Welcome to this allelementsfitness.com 15-minute beginner's movement workout tutorial. This is the first video in our beginner's movement series. This tutorial is designed for anyone that's looking to improve their confidence in movement. While there's plenty to be gained from exploring and experimenting in a freestyle manner, creating a structured workout with repeated drills really helps get movement ingrained into our subconscious mental library. The bigger your library, the more capable you become, as you have more options to draw from. Of course, this is still a workout, so if you're here simply for the fitness benefits, that's cool too. For this workout, we've put together some basic movements and transitions. They'll provide a good foundation to help you be able to take your movement practice further. Let's take a look at the structure of this workout. We're going to start with a warm-up for 5 minutes, and then we're going to move into rounds. Each round is going to be 3 minutes long, and it's going to start with a movement for 60 seconds, followed by a static hold for 30 seconds, the same movement repeated again for 60 seconds, before we get a 30 seconds rest. After the rounds are complete, we're going to get into our cool down. I'm going to leave a detailed breakdown of the structure of this workout in the description. Let's take a look with a little more detail at the workout itself. We're going to start with the warm-up, and we're going to be breathing, moving, articulating, stretching, preparing our body for the activity we're about to perform. The idea is to increase your heart rate, get blood flowing, and get some synovial fluid lubricating our joints. Movement training should not be entered into abruptly, so use my example as a template for you to tailor to your needs. In round 1, we're going to be performing a reverse sweep roll to stand. You can also add a jump at the end if you want to increase intensity. If we're moving to the left, we're going to want to plant the left hand down and go down onto the left knee. Then we can sweep the right leg around and plant the right hand down as we roll onto the right knee. This should give us the leverage to stand up and complete the movement. Now all we have to do is reverse the movement. So this time we're going to go down on our right hand side, swing the left leg round until we can stand and complete the movement. We want to try and get the movement as fluid as possible. Each new movement pattern is a chance to improve on the last one. After the first 60 seconds of movement is over, we're going to transition into a reverse plank. Very simple to get into. From the seating position, just lift the hips up with an attempt to make a straight line between your shoulders and your feet. After the 30 seconds is over, we're going to move back into movement. Rather than ending each movement with simply standing, you can add this jump in. This is going to help increase intensity if you need a bit more of a challenge. After the second 60 seconds is over, we're going to get into a rest period. You're going to allow the heart rate to drop, you can breathe, you can stretch, maybe grab a drink if you need to. Once the rest is over, we're going to get into round 2. The main movement in round 2 is going to be a roll back to forward stretch. Plus we add in this little transition just to create a little bit more intensity and create a little more action to this movement. So the roll back to forward stretch is really simple. From a seated position, roll onto your back and then stretch forward through the legs. The next time you come up, plant the left hand down out to the side. This is going to provide a base for you to swing your right arm over, straighten your legs with the rotation, place your right hand down to perform a base for you to then return to the seated position. Again, in the first 60 seconds of round 2, we want to use it to explore the movement more than really push the boundaries. But after the static hold, make things a little bit more intense and we can push to test our boundaries. That's the kind of work that's going to cause increase in flexibility and improve your general ability to move. So once again, after the first 60 seconds, we're going to go into our static hold. This time it's just a straight plank. After 30 seconds, then we're going to transition back into the movement again, which will last for another 60 seconds. Then after 60 seconds of rest, we're going to get into the third and final round. The movement for round 3 is an egg roll. Basically we're going from standing to a roll back to standing again. From standing, come down onto your knees, place the hands on the floor in front of you and roll across your back. The momentum of the roll will allow us to get back onto our knees, and then we can stand or jump depending on intensity required. The static hold for this round is just going to be holding a squat. In this particular version, I've aimed to get my thighs parallel with the ground. Then it's back into movement again for the last 60 seconds before we get into a cool down. For anyone that's ever done burpees before, this is a similar kind of intensity. However, the roll does give you a little bit of respite, so perhaps it's not quite as intense. After the last movement, we're going to get into our cool down. We're going to breathe, allow our heart rate to return to a more restful level, and we're going to do some static stretches. Once again, this is just a template. If there's some area that you want to work on, it's for you to tailor it to yourself. Once you start to get familiar with this workout, you can use the structure but tailor the moves to whatever it is that you're working on at the time. Sometimes you might be working on a new movement, or you might have just discovered a new movement, and you can just slot it into a session like this and get really confident with it. If you'd like to have a go at this workout in real time, I have a full guided version of the workout linked in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and click the bell so that you won't miss out on our latest workouts.